I have a present for you guys, you know?
Oh,
I have a present because now I mentioned my name. I mentioned, you know.
Oh wow!
I brought something exclusive for you guys. This is my first album ever made in Canada. When Canada baptized me with Digydon, and it represents Ecuador, my town where I coming from, Esmeraldas. You see the stone, the green stone.
Yes.
So this is for you guys.
Thank you so much. We're so honored. So beautiful.
It's called Pa Mi Público for my craft, for you guys, okay? Pa Mi Público is a clash of everything. Cumbia, Bachata, Salsa, Merengue, you know, Reggaetón, trap, hip hop, everything is there. Jazz, because I even have the brown men from Canada and jazz playing there. I have cumbia, like Lucho de Seda, JD, different producer, Carlos Cruz and Bachata. So what I'm trying to say is, at that time, I was already thinking, you know, ahead because I was doing the fusion. And nobody was ready at that time. I remember because they used to say to me, oh, why are you going to do that? All the musicians, they were worried, you know. How can you mix this with that? You know, like Bachata with hip-hop and reggaeton or merengue house or, you know, like the salsa reggae. So pretty soon, I was lucky that a few groups come out, like DLG, Dar Latin Ground, from Huey Dunbar come from that. You guys know Volveré, Juliana, all the songs, the salsa. And then Aventura, Romeo Santos, you know. So they did exactly what I was already doing. And when they did it, it was like way easy for me, like to, you know, everybody welcome to the mix of Latin fusion. And then reggaeton was more accepted too, because after that, reggaeton is a little bit, you know, we call it de la mata, more rough, you know. So it's like the Dembow, you know. Mention Dembow. Dembow is the future, okay? So that's what is coming, okay? So
yeah, that was going to be my next question. How did you come about with Dembow? Like, how did that come to fruition?
I guess.
Like, what was the inspiration?
I guess the earth alignment. It worked through it because it's always been there for you guys to give you the news. It's always been there. It comes from Jamaica, okay? And then Panama, like I said before, when I was a child, you know, el general, and then few more than I'm gonna mention because I gotta give respect to Gabi, to Nando Boom, Gabi, Renato, all of them, you know. They used to do reggae, Spanish reggae, El Rookie, also, like a lot of them in Panama. So I used to have that influence, you know, and then it's a rhythm, it's called Pounder. Pounder is a producer from Panama. They used to do, we call them Los Cuentos de la Cripta. And he released this album. In Puerto Rico, they released Playero. Well, that's where Daddy Yankee comes from. You know, a lot of them, Nicky Jam, all of them. All of the reggaeton nowadays, they came from the old school, they came from that. In Panama, they have El Chombo, Los Cuentos de la Cripta. So a lot of artists like Ivy Queen, Baby Rasta Gringo from Puerto Rico they fly to Panama and they were part of that album. So that album is part of the culture of all Latinos because that's when I get to hear up-tempo reggae. And because it comes from Jamaica, the pounder rhythm nowadays is called reggaeton or reggaeton de la mata, or now they call it the mix in Dominican Republic. The El Alfa is doing Rochi, Braulio Fogón, all of them. They call it Dembow. But before that, way before that, we going to Panama when Panama used to be doing the reggae, no, and then. As an artist, Nando Boom, they create this song. Actually, Shabarans in Jamaica has a song that goes Dembow, 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 Dembow. So from that song, they did a Spanish remix or Spanish version in New York. So Panama released this song in a Spanish version. And then El General continued with the same style. So, like I say, I was growing with all this. So nowadays, as I feel like I'm responsible, one of the OGs nowadays, I brought reggaeton to Canada and the urban music